This is the new IWC Aquatimer Automatic 2000. IWC upholds its tradition for timepieces with extremely high pressure resistance. Its titanium case and reduced design are reminiscent of a model with iconic status, the Ocean 2000, created by Ferdinand A. Porsche in 1982. IWC started its success story with the manufacture of divers' watches in 1967 with the first Aquatimer, which boasted a revolutionary pressure resistance of 20 bars. In the 1980s, when IWC was commissioned to make watches especially for commando frogmen and mine clearance divers, its excellent reputation as a manufacturer of professional divers' watches was already well established. At this time, IWC was also the only watch company in the world able to mill titanium. This corrosion-resistant, light and virtually indestructible material is particularly suitable for divers' watches. In partnership with Ferdinand A. Porsche, the designer of the legendary Porsche 911, IWC created 6 versions of divers' watches for military use, including a watch for mine clearance divers, with the first completely non-magnetic mechanical movement. This was crucial to survival during the tricky jobs of deactivating magnetic fuses. Parallel to this, in 1982, IWC began producing the Ocean 2000 Sports Divers Watch with an external rotating bezel, likewise designed by Ferdinand A. Porsche. It was the first series-produced divers watch in titanium with tested pressure resistance to 20 bar, which is equivalent to a depth of 2,000 meters. The first Porsche that can dive, as the advertising slogan ran, wrote diving history, not only because of its pressure resistance. There was also the austere function design, the new case material and a screw-in crown with triple sealing, all of which marks an important step forward in the development of IWC's divers watches. Today, the Ocean 2000 watches designed by Porsche are style icons and much sought after collector's items. In 1998, IWC reinstated the traditional Aquatimer name and launched the Aquatimer GST Automatic 2000 in titanium as part of a new sports watch line. 6 years later, the Aquatimer Automatic 2000 was first unveiled to the public. Like the original 1967 Aquatimer, it had an internal rotating bezel that was set via a self-sealing crown at 4 o'clock. But with its next generation of the Aquatimer Automatic 2000, in 2009, IWC had already reverted to the tried and tested external rotating bezel. Before the watch's market launch, the team formerly around Jacques Cousteau tested the functionality of the new 2000s in the Red Sea and gave it their seal of approval. The new Aquatimer Automatic 2000s really are a reliable dive buddy. Built for extreme depths, water resistant to 20 bar, maintains IWC's tradition of manufacturing timepieces with extremely high pressure resistance for professional and ambitious amateur divers. The Aquatimer's main job is to provide a reliable way of measuring dive time, which is limited by the amount of compressed air in the tank. Digital diving computers long ago took over the job of continuously tracking dive time, but experienced divers still swear by an additional timekeeper as a backup system for underwater missions. The reliable IWC-manufactured 80110 movement is eminently suited for this purpose. The case is water resistant to a depth of 2,000 meters, should be viewed as a safety reserve. Besides, during a dive, static water pressure is combined with the dynamic pressure generated, for example, by movement of the arms, but even at maximum attainable depths, diving with the Aquatimer Automatic 2000 is definitely playing it safe. Like all the new IWC divers watches in the current collection, the Aquatimer Automatic 2000 in titanium is fitted with the innovative external and internal rotating bezel system. The internal rotating bezel can only be turned anti-clockwise. This ensures that even if a diver moves the bezel accidentally, he does not exceed the time at which he can return safely to the surface without the need for decompression stops. A sliding clutch system concealed under the cover at 9 o'clock transmits the movement of the external bezel to the interior of the case and the internal rotating bezel. In the rounded recessed grips of the titanium bezel and the extremely reduced dial design, watch lovers will spot references to the Porsche design for the Ocean 2000. The milled out sections typical of the design not only make it easier to turn the external rotating bezel when wearing gloves, they also give the Aquatimer Automatic 2000 an optical sense of lightness, despite the fact that the case is 46mm in diameter and is 2mm wider than its predecessor in stainless steel. The traditional elaborate finishing on the case, with its contrasting polished and satin finished surfaces, helps underscore the upmarket appearance of the new collection. The black dial has a three-dimensional structure that creates an optical balance to the imposing size of the case. Leaning on the divers' watches of the past, the indices with their green luminescent coating are divided by a fine strip. In order to exclude any chance of confusion underwater, the Super-Luminova coating comes in two different colours, green for the displays relevant to the dive and blue for the hour display. The watch also features a rapid advanced date display. The central hacking seconds can be stopped simply by pulling out the crown. The corrugated rubber strap adjusts flexibly to fluctuations in the girth of the wrist, thanks to the IWC bracelet quick change system. Swapping the strap for a bracelet or vice versa is a snap. A longer version for use with a dry suit is included with the watch. In the new Aquatimer collection, IWC reverts to its earlier practice of showing water resistance on the back of the watch. The impressive pressure resistance is shown in bar alongside the stylised fish. The back is also embellished with the engraving of a classic helmet for deep sea divers.